What do the NSA, the KGB, 007 and dustbins have in common? They're all world-class spies, of course. Admittedly, the humble dustbin is pretty new to the spy game and not likely to get its own film franchise anytime soon. But in the UK, they're helping our big brother just by being there.
They may seem innocuous enough, but now new high-tech dustbins are guilty of collecting more than just rubbish. They collect information as well. Renew recycle pods in the UK use the information gathered from the smartphones of passers-by to compile data of people on the street. Using the phone's Wi-Fi and logging onto their media access control, the bins collect data such as how far the user is, how fast they're traveling, and what phone they're using. The gathering and use of such data without express consent from users has caused a backlash, with critics crying invasion of privacy. Renew's CEO, however, says the pods have been misunderstood.
I think what happened is we were very much just trying to count on the street, but then the story became about future use cases, and the story became not really even what the technology can do, but for example, what it might be able to do if it's combined with other technologies. And I think the headlines became so interesting over time, literally over a weekend, that it resulted in people not actually really thinking about what we were doing on the street or what our objective was for what we were doing, but rather their concerns about privacy. And to be concerned about privacy means to be concerned about your personal data.
The pods also feature screens showing news updates, adverts, and public information.
The furthest that this technology can go is to try to identify a device as having an affinity for a certain kind of shop or walk a certain kind of route. And that's the future. That's 5, 10 years. I don't know how long, but that's in the future. First of all, that's not something we can do. But even if you take it to that extreme end, it will never be, hello, John, because it will never know who you are unless you volunteer that information to it. It will know that it's a device. And that's where I think a lot of the concerns were, was that this was somehow tracking the person and knowing what the person was doing.
After fitting a dozen dustbins with these devices, Renew has now been asked to stop collecting data following complaints. The topic of unsolicited data collection and privacy has become a heated debate.
Information absolutely is power. More and more organisations are looking into the use of data. If they're not doing it already, it's likely that they will be in the future. So whether it's a bank, a social networking site, a telco, everyone is starting to realise they can monetise the use of this data. So it's only going to get bigger and the issue is only going to grow continuously.
It could be some way off, but the use of our private information could be used by retailers to make specific offers to certain customers. And although this may be seen as an invasion of privacy, it won't be long before we're being tracked in real life the same way we're being tracked online.